Okay, this video is to guide you through the installation of Visual Studio Code and to give you instructions for using it. The installation is very simple, but after installing it, you will need to install some extensions. An extension is something that someone writes in order to add functionality to an application. A couple of years ago, Microsoft changed its way of operation, making much of its code open source. This means that anyone, including you and I, can see the code that runs the IDE. You can study it until you understand it, and then write your own code to integrate into the IDE. With this, many people have already written code that does great things inside of Visual Studio Code. And like Visual Studio Code itself, these extensions are easy to install and free. And with that, we begin. The first thing to do is to search for Visual Studio Code Download, and then download it. Choose this to put an icon on the desktop. With the IDE open, you can close all of these things. Click on this button to begin the installation of the extensions. You are going to search for each one and then click on the Install button. Do this one after another until you've installed all of the extensions in these two lists. When you are doing this, make sure that the names are exactly like the ones you see in this video. These are all of the extensions installed on my computer. Really, you don't need all of these extensions right now, but you should install them anyway, so that our IDEs are the same. Pause the video and install them now. Now that you have all of the extensions installed, I'm going to show you some things. You can close this tab and press this button to show the list of files in the project. Right now, we haven't loaded any files in the IDE, so there's nothing in the list. The easiest way to load files is to drag them from the Windows Explorer window to the IDE. You can click on the first file in the Windows Explorer window, and then while holding Shift, click on the last file. This causes all of the files in between your two clicks to be selected. And now you can drag them into the IDE window. But you don't want to do it this way. You want to drag the folder that these files are in. Here you can see the Open Folder button is shown. This is because the IDE wants to see the files as a group inside of a folder. Because of this, I'm going to close all of these tabs and start over. Here's the folder where the files are, and I drag it into the IDE. Now we don't see the Open Folder button, and the IDE is happy. But these instructions are assuming that you already have files. It's important that you create these files and write the code for yourself. And for this, I'm going to create another video.